So I was saying that yesterday we were learning how to use the format painter to copy whatever format we have or formattings that we have on an already made visual. And I think it's quite a common feature in Microsoft products anyway. I believe it's in Excel and other tools as well. The only difference from what we did yesterday was just that I copied the formatting from here onto these two, to achieve the same color. And I've gone on to change their background. These colors here, I've gone on to change the background by coming to slicer setting. Let me see if it's slicer setting. General effects. I don't think it's the effect. There's a background somewhere where I changed it. Yeah, Sonder values. So the values background, I changed it here to this color, and I did the same for this as well. Because what you would normally have for these backgrounds were white. So I just changed to a color that we've used before, which is this one. And now we can go on to continue building the rest of the dashboards. So I'm just gonna quickly drag and drop total sales by date. So, and it's this visual, I believe. So total sales by date. We can our total sales here, and our date is on the date table. So I'm just gonna drag that in. I don't want the day and month. I don't want the quarter. So you can choose and choose what you want on here. And I really don't want the day either. I don't think I want the day. Okay. So this is what I've got, because now I can see January to December for 2018, the same for 2019, and then for 2020. And we can see that there's a scroll bar here. If I make that a bit larger, the scroll bar will disappear definitely. And since we've got total sales by year and month on here, that title already tells us we have total sales. What we have here is total sales, and what we have here is year and month anyway. So I'm just going to switch off these titles so that there's more space for our columns to be better displayed. And how I will do that is I'll go into the formatting under X-axis. I'm going to switch the title off, and that takes that title off here. And I'll do the same for the Y-axis as well. I'm going to switch the title off as well. And Mr. Francis was asking us yesterday, asking a question around being able to get exactly this, So when I came into here to check, because this was done in 2022, I believe. So when I came in to check what is different, what made them appear different, it's a feature that they had under this visual here. So if we click on here under visual and we go into the X-axis, it's got type, where you can change to either continuous or categorical. If I click on categorical, can you see that it's giving us something that looks like what we currently have on our own on our current one. But if I switch back to continuous, it gives that other type. So that's where the difference comes from. But when I went into here to try and achieve that, it looks like it's that feature is no longer there. So I've come here. Yes, under value, I've searched, sort of done some searching before we came up before the class started, and I really couldn't find that feature anymore. Okay, so and this is a more updated version of Power BI compared to 2022, and they are constantly updating, most of the features there. So I want to believe it's either of two things. Either I've not really searched well yet, or that particular feature that gives those two types of categorical and continuous here, they don't have it anymore. That's my belief. It's either of those two. I don't want to jump to the conclusion that they've removed it, because you never know. Maybe I didn't search well enough, but I did do some digging and I couldn't find it. So that would explain why what we have at the moment is looking like this. But that's not to say that they are different. It's just the type that we've managed, to achieve. That's just what it is. I hope that answers that question, sir.
Yes, I can rest now because I've been doing research. Honestly, gone on YouTube, gone everywhere. I can rest now.
Yes, good. And I really love the look of this, to be honest. I would have loved this. Having said that, it's not like this is easily readable, to be honest. This is not very easily readable.
It's not.
Yeah.
The other one
So,
is that. So
yeah, maybe that's why we don't have it anymore. This looks more like something I can relate better to, and I can decide to give each of the, put each of the value, on top of this, because even right now, except we use the tooltip, which I think is switched off at the moment, it's not coming up. This, we don't know exactly what this bar is. It's close to 1 million, but what exactly is, okay, there it is. What exactly is it, So until we see from that toolbar, we won't necessarily know. So it would be nice to go into data labels, switch it on, and, have each of the values here. But because I've got too many bars, that's all too much. It's not looking as readable again as it should, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just wanted us to see the option that we can actually put data labels on top of our bars where they can work well. Right now, it's not really working well. It's just looking too jam-packed for my liking, to be honest. But that's something one can come back to sort out how you want this to be more easily readable, to anyone that's looking at it just from one glance. They can see this is what this is what the other one is. Okay. And then let's see if we can copy the format. Okay, there we have it. But our bars are blended in too much. So if we go into the columns, it's called columns in here, I call it bar. Maybe we make it a bit darker to make it more readable. And these months as well, So on the x-axis, let's do some formatting on our months. Maybe we can bolden that up a little. And the one here as well, the y-axis values, we can change that up as well. Y-axis and values, and we can darken that up and make it bold. You can change the font if you like as well. But yes, and then the next one is total sales by customers, I believe. So by customers, then by product name. So let's do those two quickly. And it's something that looks like this. Again, total sales by customer. So we can choose customer names here. And I'm just going to elongate that a little, a bit of space. And because there's so many customers, there's a scroll bar there to help navigate up and down. Okay, we can switch off those titles as those axis titles as well. They are not really adding much value right now. Again, we can increase the font of the values or just change it up to look more obvious. This 0 to 50K is not really helping me to. So I think in this case, our data label option would work well. So I'm going to switch off the x-axis totally all out so that we don't have this, and then we can have the data labels. So it's not just the title. I'll switch off the x-axis. I'll also switch off where am I? X-axis value. Yes, I don't want the title and I don't want the value. We see now that this is more out in terms of it's got more space to display itself. And then we can switch on our data label here, and that's more easily readable. And still on the issue of data label, again, we've got different, okay, this just all options. What position do you want it to be on? At the moment, it says auto. You may want yours to be inside the bars or inside center. If you want it like that, so you've got all the options there. Inside base, okay. I think inside end looks better. And then the values, you can do more with it. You can decide to change the font of it. So if we copy formatting again, and then change the color of the bar, the colors of the bars to something darker than that. So should we use this again? What was used here? I can't remember what was done here that made this fade away. Maybe it's there's a kind of tone, it's toned down a little. So the bars, let's see. Am I clicking on the wrong thing here? So let's see what's done here. So it's this color, and then what? That's all. Okay, let me copy it looks like what we have already, but who knows? It looks the same to me. It is the same. Okay. There we have it. Okay, so we have that now. And then what's happened to our data labels come off. Let's have it back on. And that if I think a white or black, what color should we use to bring that, to make that pop better? Let's try white and see. Am I on the right one? Data labels, Why is it not changing to white? So bars, data labels, inside out. Yeah, values. I was expecting my data label to change, so let me change this. It's not changing. I don't know why that data label is not changing. For some reason, it should be changing as I'm changing it. But it's maintaining a constant black. So it changes for the font.
I think you're on the wrong one. Okay, it changes for the, okay, font. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm on the right one, but the color is supposed to change as well. That color is playing some tricks on me. I don't know. But yeah, I would have loved to see it white. I don't know why it's not changing. Again, if you want decimal places for your data label, you can choose that. A display unit, maybe you don't want that to display as 70K or whatever. We can decide to remove it so that it's the exact value that you have there. I don't like that dark color there because it's just not really working as it should. I can't really read that properly. So maybe the best thing would be to change the color of the bars if the data labels are refusing to play ball, you know. And that's me just going off the books now. Because that even looks odd a little because it's all white. But yes, we'll leave it like that. You're free to do whatever you want with yours as well. And the values for the y-axis is gray. So we can change the color of our y-axis values as well. Y-axis values from gray, let's change it to black. And let's bolden that up so I can see that better now. Craig White. I don't like this white color. It's just that it's at least I can read what the values are there. But yeah, I don't really, it's sort of off from the entire theme, you know, that's going on already here. But again, that's something one can always come back to work on. But yeah, total sales by product name and then location are the last two ones. So if I duplicate these and just change that to product name instead of customer name, where we have products, we can change that to product name, you know, and there we have it. The names for these products are just products 63, products 47, according to our data label, you know. So I'm just going to align that a little so that they are in alignment. And then we've got the map, okay? Right, and before we work with the map, let's look at, I think there's some things in the location table that would help us. We've got longitude and latitude. So if I change this to, it says uncategorized here, latitude. So I'm just coming here to change that to latitude so that it picks it well for us. Come on now. This Power BI has been open since like forever. So I'm not surprised that it's a bit low now. Is latitude and the longitude. Let's change that to longitude. That way we can use that, so and we can see that it's got a sort of a global icon there now. And if we come for this map, there's a field one too, but this is the one that was used in that data sets that we've been using. And these total sales that I'm gonna drag in. So total sales by, so far we've only worked with total sales. There's still the profit, you know, profit margin and You can actually go on to do customer behavior analysis on this data set to see how the customers behave over different regions, you know. So this particular page is just like an overview of your sales analysis. There's more that can be done with it. So for the map here, what did we use? Is it county? Or is it what? Okay. So it's just the latitude, longitude, and it was even total profit that was dragged in. Total profit actually, not total sales. So total profit by, okay. So latitude, I'm dragging latitude into the latitude position and the longitude into the longitude position. And we can see that because I've dragged total sales in already, it's already given us bubbles. So it's showing bubbles of the different locations. And the bubbles you add, how do I say that better? Is the sizes of each bubble that determine which sales is bigger where, you know. But it's not very obvious here. So one can do some more formatting. Maybe I should change that to profit as well, because it's profits that we have in our data cell, not okay, that's better. So map settings, there's different map settings that we can, you know, play around with. We've got this aerial view, we've got dark, we've got light. So whichever one you believe would portray what you're trying to portray better, you can always go for. And we've got road. I think that dark or that area looked quite good. I'm not sure. And I was going to say something about the bubble size. So the bubble colors, so size at the moment is on auto. Let's see. Data range auto magnitude. I can't remember what the explanation is as per the sizes of the bubbles anymore. But I do remember that the bigger the value, the bigger the bubble size that it would be. And color-wise, you can actually format all the colors we've put in so far. It doesn't have to be static. Maybe you want to show that you want to put some conditional formats into your charts to show that when the size or the value is within a particular range, it should display this type of color. Most of the time, people use the traffic light, red, amber, green, you know, to portray stuff like this. So for our one, we can decide to look into the profit and decide colors, put some conditional formatting in. Thank you very much, my brother. Put some conditional formats in to say that maybe where the profit is bigger, colors should be darker. So the darker the color or the blue color there is there, or whatever color you use, the more that profit is, you know. So rather than have a static color here, one can decide to use put conditional formats here, you know, and we've got different format style that you can put rules in. You can put field value in, gradient is the one I think I use more of. What field should we base our value on is the total profit that we are looking at in this case. So if we say total profit, okay, actually it's just profit we have. I thought I dragged in total profit. Anyway, total profit.
So you use profit margin.
Did I?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
In
it
the
was
bubble.
profit margin.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have used profit margin. But let's just keep going. Profit was what I meant to use. Okay, so and of course we would have looked at our data set to see if I'm adding a middle color, what is my lowest value? So I put my lowest value within that data set and give it the color that I want that lowest value to be. And then what's my middle value? I'll enter it there and give it the color I want. And the highest value, the color I want, so that the bubble color change would show you what's happening where, So that's how this works. I won't go too much into this just yet. Maybe that might be something we look at maybe tomorrow, how to put some conditional formattings into our visuals, so that if you are maybe connected to live data, you can easily see how data is being fed into your dashboard. You can easily see triggers. Oh, something is turning yellow somewhere, or something is turning green somewhere. Does someone need to be alerted about something? That's the beauty of having that sort of function put into your dashboard. Do we have any questions?